Okay, so this is another look at the trail cam from Dead Canyon. My last main video was about this. But I've found something else in here that it's kind of been haunting me, and I just feel like I want to at least show it and share it. So if you look at these three pillars of light in the right of the screen, especially pay attention to the one on the left and see how it just kind of like sneaks back into the trees, kind of disappears. Now I'll bring it back out. It's just strange to me, if that is an illusion of the camera, why does it seem like it goes behind the shrubs and enters the forest and kind of disappears, and you can even still see a glow from it as it's tucked away back into the bushes. See how the glow starts to expose, and look there, it's getting brighter, and then it comes out and it walks out. I don't know. It's just something that I've kind of gone back to and looked at again and again. And this is in Dead Canyon, an area that I know has Sasquatch in it, and who knows what else. It's an area of great importance to me. If I could pick anywhere to go spend a week in my research area, this would be the top of my list, Dead Canyon. And so to see these weird beams of light coming into the screen like that and behaving in this weird way, I don't know. I just felt that it was at least worth sharing. People can laugh at me or roll their eyes. I don't really care. There's so much weird stuff going on up in this area that I have to take notice of really anything. It just seems weird to me that a beam of light or a mistake from a lens flare or something would behave like that, would come in and out of the trees like that. And even these beams of light, lens flare, whatever you want to call it, they're definitely on the other side of that leaf. When that leaf is in front of them, they are certainly behind the leaf. I don't know. I just know they're there. So this is another trail camera that has yielded some strange things that I feel are worth pointing out, worth talking about. First, when I went to video number 15, for some reason I couldn't get this to pull up. There's no record of a picture, of a video, of anything. I couldn't even get the time and date to come up. So there was a total glitch, if you will, of the camera. Something happened and the camera just completely failed to record anything usable. So then I went to number 16 right afterwards, and upon my initial inspection of 16, I didn't see anything. But then off to the left, behind a tree, I saw something. Seems to be possibly an object there, possibly something large, a shoulder, something behind the tree. I can't say definitively what this is, but something triggered the camera. Something triggered the camera for both 15 and 16, because there has to be some kind of movement for something to make this thing take a picture. And so looking at number 16 and seeing this potential creature, object, something behind the tree, I then went to make a comparison from that picture to this next picture, wherein in this picture you can clearly see there's nothing there. The tree is clear. The light shines upon both sides of the tree. But then in this same picture, there's something more I want to focus your attention on. Something that caught my eye. In the center of the screen is two red eyes, almost as if something is peeking around a tree or looking. They kind of come and go, and they're sort of short-lived, and I can't say for sure what this is, but if you look close, there's two red eyes that come and go from behind the tree. They sort of appear and disappear, and it definitely looks like it is potentially glowing red eyes. But why would eyes be glowing in broad daylight? Because clearly this picture is taken during the daylight hours. If you have noticed the up and down rocking of the game camera, that is because I am there trying to open the game camera, but the clip broke, and I had to use my big knife thing that is on the end of my walking stick to pry it open. And I'm trying to be careful not to damage the game camera, and so that movement of the game camera is me moving the game camera. So whatever those red dots are in the forest, I don't know, but if by chance those are eyes of something, it is something looking at me and watching me struggle with my game camera. There's a lot of accounts of people talking about Sasquatch or other cryptids having glowing red eyes. And I don't know if glowing red eyes are only supposed to happen at night or if they glow red like that in the daytime. I don't know. I've never seen it in person. But it is something that I just see in this picture, and I figured I should point it out because it's interesting. People are free to make their own opinion on what they think this may or may not be. But here it is, so make up your own mind on it. So I want you to pay attention to directly above the A. Right here. There's a figure right here. And that's the only thing that's going to be moving that is triggering the motion detector. See how it's there? It moves, it moves, it moves. It's move, disappeared, gone. And now it'll come back. It's back. It's gone. It's back. It's gone. Back. It's gone. And here it goes. You can see a leg and what looks like maybe a shoulder. And then here the leg kind of connects. The ass, back. And then here it kind of gets broke up because that's where the movement is. It's that thing moving, gone. And then the movement is then in that blob, that black blurry blob there, because technically this whole area shouldn't be there. It doesn't make sense because if you look over here, it's foggy, sure, but see how deep you can see into the forest over here? Right here, there shouldn't be anything blocking it. It's all open right there because that shows what it looks like in the daylight. Yet there's some block there, and in the middle of that block is that humanoid looking object. There's a leg, a back, and it moves. It has movement, and then gone. Totally gone. So I am bringing your attention to these beams of light one last time. These beams of light are an anomaly that was captured on the same trail cam that captured the translucent sort of bipedal being, and it also captured that strange orb, that strange blob of white light that was traveling through the forest in broad daylight. These beams are strange to me, and I've had a lot of people tell me, oh, those are just raindrops, and those are just this, and but I don't think they are raindrops. Because when you look at these three pictures and you cycle through these pictures, the trajectory of the beams, they travel in all kinds of weird different ways and angles. And I've captured a lot of footage of raindrops. And these they don't match with other raindrop videos that I've made in the past. There's something weird about them. And this game camera has captured quite a few anomalies compared to other game cameras that have captured none. But this particular anomaly, these beams of light, have been captured on a different trail cam that was about 2, maybe 3 miles away from this one. And it was captured during the same time period. I don't keep my trail cams with accurate date and time. I'm lazy, and I don't set the time and date on them. I just turn them on and get them working. And so unfortunately I couldn't reference the time and date to prove that these beams of light and the other trail cams beams of light were captured on the same night, but it's a possibility because the time period was right. Unfortunately, I can't seem to find that chip, but I was really hoping to put that footage with these beams of light. But these beams of light are strange, and I think they are strange enough to deserve a second look, because something's going on there. I mean, what is creating this? It's a total mystery, and even though people have tried to tell me, oh, it's this or it's that, nobody knows. Just like everything with this subject, everybody has their opinions, and I don't know what these things are. So I'm bringing this orb light entity thing back into this video, and this will probably be the last video I ever make about this thing. But there's a lot I need to say about this, because I've had a lot of comments and different things kind of brought to my attention about things I said in regard to this orb. Now, I made a comment that I'm possibly the only person that's ever captured one of these. And a lot of people have enlightened me to the fact that other people supposedly have captured orbs and things and such. I'm very aware that orbs have been photographed since the beginning of photography. People have been getting footage of orbs. And when I make the statement that I may have the only footage of one of these things, what I'm referring to is a orb or light being that is associated with Sasquatch, one that is traveling through the trees in broad daylight. And still, as far as I know, I am the only person that has captured a light or an orb or a light being in broad daylight moving through a patch of trees that is said to be inhabited by Sasquatch. And I also made a comment in regards to this light potentially being Sasquatch themselves. And I've had people tell me, no, it's not Sasquatch. It's a residue from a portal, or it's, all kinds of different things that people have wanted to correct me or enlighten me with. And when I say that I think that this light is potentially a Sasquatch, what I'm saying is it could possibly be some kind of shimmer that comes off of them being cloaked. It could potentially be, like people have said, some kind of leftover residue from them stepping into a portal. It could possibly be a Sasquatch themselves that turns into a being of light. When I say I think that this is a Sasquatch, I'm saying in some way, shape, or form, I think it is a Sasquatch. I don't know exactly. I can only speculate. Same with anybody. Nobody really has any concrete scientific proof about anything to do with light beings being associated with Sasquatch. It's all just speculation. And so to me, it's a very interesting capture. I mean, not only do I have this weird light bright enough to be seen in the sunlight, which to me that's pretty crazy, but there's also that weird something happening on the ground that looks like a footprint, sort of an indentation in the ground as the thing moves by. And I do strongly believe that this is some way, shape, or form a Sasquatch, or some sort of something associated with Sasquatch. But I can't prove it, but it's there. It's captured on the camera. It's right in the heart of my research area. You know, I mean, you can't deny that. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of bring that up and kind of clarify that.
Yes. Oh, shit. Use the arrow keys.
Okay. So this accumulation of pictures was taken a few years before I got involved with Sasquatch. I was taking pictures of the sunrise from my house. I have a really good view of the mountain and the river from my house, and I took a lot of sunrise pictures that morning, and at some point I started noticing a ball of light. It started moving around, and it just kind of appeared. I would have got video, but at this time period, my phone was completely full, and I couldn't use my video. It refused to allow me to do any kind of video. And so, unfortunately, I have all these pictures, no video. But keep in mind, this was before I was involved with Sasquatch research. I didn't plan on ever sharing any of this with anybody. But I just wanted to add this to this collection of videos just to show, you know, like I have had experiences other than Sasquatch with bizarre anomalies. And this is one of those moments where I captured this footage of this orb. As you can see here, it's behind the tree. You can see the glow of it coming through the tree. And then there it is, moving further away. And then this is a shot from, you know, far away. This thing is really pretty crazy. When you zoom in on it, it has that weird, almost like lightning strike going through the middle of it. And it's a little bit different in every picture. It definitely came out much different being photoed when I looked at the pictures than it looked in real time. You know, I have no idea what this is, what it means. But it's a pretty crazy thing to see and capture. And I just thought it was important to share it. Just to show, yeah, I've captured orbs before. I know about orbs. But the orb in the tree, to me, is something very different than this. The orb in my research area, that is.